Do you ever feel like you have to perform on video and it doesn't resonate with you? Today's video, I'm going to share with you one thing that's going to be way better than performing on video so that you become more confident. Stay tuned. I recently came across a video from a fellow, video confidence coach, and they were sharing about how they help you increase your performance on video, to help you perform better on video. And this is something that I'm completely against, but it's so common in the industry. People focus on helping you perform. Now, the reason that it comes up is a lot of people in my industry, they have a background in acting, in performing. So that's what they know. They know to help put on a character, take on a role, and put yourself out there. And now that's helpful for many people in terms of if you take on a persona, then it gives you more permission to put yourself out there so that you can be more outgoing or have more fun and get started. So it's not a bad place to start. I think it's a really good place for a lot of people to start. But the problem is a lot of my clients, they come in and they've taken on other trainings or they've heard about this or they try it, and they struggle with showing up as the real them. That's because they're not being the real them. They're performing. It puts a lot of pressure. They feel fake on the inside. They're like, hey, this isn't the real me, and I want the real me to come up. So again, it's a good place to start if you are afraid of showing up authentically. If you're afraid of the vulnerability, the rejection, then performing and taking on a character can be really good to get started. But the thing that's better than that is showing up authentically. Now, the reason that performing doesn't work is if you do that and you put on a character, let's just say that you do that and you start doing your videos and it works and you start getting clients from that. What's going to happen when your clients meet you? What's going to happen when your clients get to know you? They're going to see that the person that they saw on video is not the person that's in front of them today. So just imagine if that was you. You see someone on video and they're a certain way, and then you meet them in person and they're different. What's going to happen is you're going to be like, hey, you're different on video than you are in person. There's going to be a disconnect, and it could lead to a reduction in trust because they're thinking, were you not being authentic? People have these filters. We can sense inauthenticity. And so when you see that coming up, that's something that could really lower the trust. So that's why I'm not a fan of performing or putting on a persona when you're on video, because, well, eventually the goal of that is to get clients. So when they eventually meet you, there's going to be a disconnect that can reduce trust. What I do think is better is authenticity. Now, putting yourself out there, showing up as the real you. People often get nervous about this, okay? And that's why they show up as the armored version of themselves. So I've talked about this in past videos, but what often happens is, in my experience, most of my clients, they come in, they want to speak on video, they want to put themselves out there on the stage, and in their past, in their history, it wasn't safe for them to speak, whether it's childhood, whether it's their parents, whether it's schools, whether it's their friends, whether it's going through university or work. They've had experiences where they put themselves out there and it didn't go well. They felt humiliated, right? And humiliation in front of an audience can be really damaging for humans. We think that is terrible. We want to avoid that at all costs, and that is completely understandable. So most people have these types of experiences. So then what happens? You got to armor up. You got to armor up because you're like, hey, I put myself out there. I had that negative experience. I don't want to feel that again. Makes complete sense. So they armor up to show up. So if you're doing videos, you're doing talks, you're going to show up as an armored version of yourself. So whether that's you're not having as much fun as you want, you're not cracking the jokes that you have, it's a different way that you're speaking, you're not speaking what you really feel, you're speaking what you think people want to hear. It could be any range of these topics here, but people are showing up armored up. It helps them get through. So no shame in that. If it gets you started, that's where we want to go. But what I've seen is a lot of my clients come through and in the training, they go, hey, I do put myself out there, whether it's on video or on stage, but it's not the real me. So when we work in Speak with Confidence, that's the first question. Okay, what is the real you? And it's going to be, oh, I'm more fun-loving. I have a sense of humor. I'm more personable. I'm more engaging, whatever it is. Okay, great. So now we identify what is the real you. Then we have to identify what's the obstacle, what's the fear that's stopping you from showcasing the real you. And then it's going to be, I'm afraid of being humiliated. I'm afraid of not being good enough. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of not being liked by the people. I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing. I want to win everybody over. Whatever it is, could be one of these different scenarios. And that's where we go on the journey of saying, okay, how can I show up in a more authentic way? And there's going to be this period was we start to open up the armor. The vulnerability is going to come up. So as much as we really enjoy the freedom of being able to be true to ourselves and speak our truth, there's going to be a big piece of vulnerability, and that's the dance that comes on. So it's freedom and excitement, opening up, being authentic, and then the vulnerability. So it's like the armor opens up and then it closes a little bit. And it opens up a little bit, it closes. So we keep slowly building up and moving forward with it. But the net result is, at the end of the day, this is the part that I want to bring from you. Performance, it's not going to get you to where you truly want to go. Okay, if you want to be a leader in your industry, you want to put yourself out there, authenticity is always going to outperform, ironically, performance. Because performance is a facade. Again, if it gets you started, great, no problem with that. But to go where you really want to go, it's about being authentic. Now, why do people really hesitate or fear being authentic on video or on a stage? They're afraid of rejection. But let me offer you this. This is the engagement. Say that they're doing a video and they're saying, consciously or subconsciously, I want to be my authentic self on video, or I'm going to be an armored up or performing version of myself on video. Okay, this is what they're weighing up. Two options. But why they're doing it is because they're afraid of paying the price of what if I show up as my authentic self and it's rejected, if it's not good enough, if it backfires on me. So this is what the fear is that's holding them back. What I want to offer to you is that maybe this isn't about choosing to pay that price, but you're actually choosing what price do you want to pay. You know, the price of rejection, it's not if I'm going to be rejected from an audience. You're going to pay a price either way. And that's the part that I really want to highlight in today's video. For you to be performing or you to be authentic, you have to pay the price. So if you are not being authentic, you could say, hey, I'm paying the price of not being rejected by an audience, not being rejected by my viewers. Great. That's the price that you're not willing to pay. But it comes at a cost. And the cost is self-rejection. See, that's the thing that most of my clients, when we start working together, that is a light bulb moment for them. Because when they realize that the decision you're making isn't if I'm choosing to pay a price or not. The decision that I'm actually making is which price am I willing to pay? Am I going to reject myself? That's a price. Self-rejection by not allowing myself to be authentic, by putting on a persona, by being a performer. That's a price because it comes at a cost, because deep down, you know what you really want to show up as. You know what you really want to say. There's a huge amount of freedom that comes in that. But again, that's the price. Or you're going to pay the price of putting on a persona, which it might help you put up there. You might be liked by more people, but they're not liking the real you. So that's what I want to offer to you today, is that this often gets framed as, how do I perform on video? And that can help people get started. But what I really invite you to start looking into is being authentic on video, where you drop the fear of being liked. You drop the armor and you just show up going, look, who am I? What do I really believe? What do I want to say? When you do that, the freedom that comes up for you, because you have reclaimed your voice and you're giving yourself permission to show up as your authentic self. Yes, some people might not like it, but who will not like it? The people that don't resonate with you. So that's the key, is be authentic. If you want to truly share your message, if you really want to make an impact in the world, if you truly want to increase your business, drop the performance, drop the armor, and take on the authentic self. When you do that, the freedom that you're going to get, yes, there are going to be some people that don't like you, but if those people don't like the authentic you, then why would you try to win them over? They're just not the right people for you. Instead, you're going to love yourself when you're being authentic, but your ideal clients are going to love you because you're showing up as the authentic self. You don't have to worry about disconnects. You don't have to worry about people saying, oh, you were different on video or on stage than you are in person. You're going to be consistent the whole way through. And the peace of mind that you get from there is going to be super, super valuable to fast track your confidence so that you can build your business and have really a more fulfilled life and make the impact that you truly want. So if that resonates with you, highly encourage checking out our products where we get focused on, one, what is your authentic self? Number two, how do you feel safe? What do you need to feel safe to become and show up as your authentic self? Either Speak with Confidence, 3-day public speaking training, or Confident on Video. Both would help you with this. So for that, go to levelupliving.com to help you claim your authentic voice. All right. With that, thank you so much. I look forward to work with you.